This is the Procter Gas Morning Show with Jack and Judy. And today it really is a cast of thousands. Well,
yes, it
kinda,
is. Yeah,
sorta.
we have the state champions in D2 in the state of Vermont, the Mill River Cheerleaders, the Mill River Minutemen, and we have a couple of coaches here and the cheerleaders as well. We have Tabitha Pole Moore, who's the cheerleading coach. It's her 9th year at Mill River, 5th year as the varsity coach, and great to see you again, Tabitha.
Good to see you as well. Glad we could be here.
Well, congratulations. This is 2 championships in the last 3 years. That's unbelievable. You have a dynasty going there, don't you?
I don't want to say it, but that's, our hope is that we continue to be on top. Looking forward to the next few years for sure.
Yeah, and I think we were talking to you for a couple of minutes before the news here, and you only have 1 senior. Is that correct?
Yeah, 1 senior and 2 juniors, no sophomores, and the rest of my team is freshmen, and I had to pull up from 8th grade just to get to 9. So.
Yeah, so there are 9, and we'll introduce each one of them. They'll introduce themselves. Now, you were at the state cheerleading competition. As a matter of fact, we did have the schedule for a couple of weeks ago, and it snowed that day, so Here we are. So, again, glad that everybody could get together. Tell us a little bit about the competition itself. We've had you on before, right. And also, of course, Kara from Rutland on before. The thing that's amazing to me, first of all, the skill level is unbelievable, number one. Number two, though, it's a subjective sport where you go in and it's up to what the judges think at the time, right? Yeah,
there's a scoring rubric that tells you if you do these certain skills, this is the range that you'll fall in. But within that, there's still some subjectivity about, what counts as a certain level score, especially as you get into those higher ranges, because people at the top of the game are just always pulling out new tricks that nobody even heard of. So you never know. I mean, once you know you're in that range, there's that. But then there's also as far as the execution and overall effect. Those are the ones that you are kind of unknowns. You really want to do your best, but those are the ones where the judges have a little more discretion to use their expertise.
Now, you obviously have practiced what you want to do during that particular routine. Is there any repeated routines, like maybe from a couple of years ago, or is it completely different?
No, my philosophy is that we always want to come out with something fresh and new, and over the last 5 years have worked really hard to make us a really strong contender, not just in Vermont, but so that we can go to New England's as well, and kind of hang with the big dogs, so to speak. So every year, actually, I've already set our goals for next year as far as stunting. And so we'll spend the off season getting them ready mentally for that. Well,
we'll introduce everybody, the state champs, here in a moment. Tabitha Pole Moore is the coach, and with us at the beginning. Tabitha, just a couple of more things about the competition itself.
Yes.
As the competition is going along, now, you could probably, be qualified yourself as a judge, I would assume.
Yeah, I do judge out of state.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a feel for who might be ahead? I mean, there's no scoreboard like there might be in basketball or something.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, we do have the competitions beforehand that let us kind of know where we score as far as range. But as far as that day, like you said, the subjectivity or whether or not somebody falls can play a big role. But going in, we were ahead. We haven't actually lost a preseason event in 3 years now. But you never know. Like last year, we didn't win at states, even though we had won in our division leading up to that. So I try never to assume going in and just push the kids. Like, it doesn't matter that you're 15 points ahead. It doesn't matter. You still have to play your best game.
Where were you in the order of teams? Were you toward the end where you knew what to beat, or
well, they did it a little different this year, which I thought was pretty cool. And they had like a leaders lounge, and they were doing live scoring. So because we had the highest score in our division, we were going to be last to perform. So we knew the scores of everybody up until the 2 before us, and then they held the last 2 scores and our score to announce them at the end. So we knew we were in the top 3, but we didn't know where until they finally called our name.
And you won again.
And we won.
How many has Mill River won overall? I know it's 2 out of 3. I know this goes back years.
Linda De Palma,
Yes.
When I was on her team, we won. That was just kind of what she did back then. Gosh, I want to say this is probably 13 in the school history.
13.
Now, I think.
And I know I brought this up with Tabitha when you were here a couple of years ago, and this might have been maybe in the late 80s, there was a cheerleader on
Candace
the
Decker.
and
Yeah.
she went on to cheer for the Patriots,
That's
right?
right.
On the
That's
Patriot
right.
cheerleading squad. So yeah, they do pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I always say, when
yeah.
people talk about cheerleading,
Yeah.
cheerleading isn't a sport, all this other stuff. I say, you know what? The only pro athlete ever to come out of our school was a cheerleader.
Hey, let me tell you something. It is a sport, and because that would get to me, and we'll meet the team here in just a
Yeah.
moment. But we'll be right with you. And if you don't believe it's a sport, I've been to basketball games at Mill River, by the way, Judy, where they entertain at halftime. Tabitha, you lug out all the mats.
gosh.
They're practicing out in the hallway before the game. They bring out the mats at halftime, and the routine that we might see at a basketball game. I think I was there for Mill River and MSJ. Is that similar to a routine that you would have? I know it's the
Right.
shorter rendition or whatever it
Well,
is. but-
leading up to the holidays, right before winter break,
right.
we do kind of a winter dance. So that one's a totally different routine. And then right on winter break, we get working on our States material. So leading up to States, you're going to see different parts of that.
Okay. Now, who was the cheerleader that got thrown way up into the air near the rafters?
Oh, that'd be
wow,
Ashley.
that was pretty impressive. I'll tell you. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. It scares me.
I'm telling you. I mean, it really. I mean, it's. I know you bring the mats out there and everything, but yeah, you're right. It scared me. I watched, but wow, it was pretty impressive. Why don't we meet the state champs then? Why don't we meet the? Is it called the Flyer or something? Or there. Well, let's meet the Flyer first. And who's this? Introduce yourselves and your class and so forth. I know we only have one senior, and we have a magic marker. We want you to sign our banner here when you have an opportunity. But who's this?
I'm Ashley Baldwin.
Wait a minute. Well, you got to get the mic on. Okay, go ahead.
My bad.
I'm Ashley Baldwin, and I'm a junior. I'm also the assistant captain. This is my third year on the team.
Yeah.
I started out as a freshman.
Okay. How do you learn to? I mean, first of all, how do you get the courage to?
You kind of just have to be fearless and go roll with the punches. The punches are like you're hitting the mat, but that's besides the point.
She bounces pretty well.
I can dance pretty well.
And you have to have complete trust. Who are the
Yes.
catchers? Are they?
I've had everybody on this team has actually caught me this year.
And you have complete trust in all of them.
Yes, I
Well,
do.
all right.
Wow.
Well, keep up the great work.
Thank
and you're a
you.
junior, so you're back next
Yes,
year, of
next
course.
year I'll be back at
All
it.
right. Here, don't forget the magic marker and sign there. Hi, who's this?
I'm Cassidy Bewley. I'm a senior. I'm a back spot, and I'm also a captain. This is my 4th year on varsity. I started as a freshman.
All right. And what do you plan to do in your future?
I want to go to Castleton and be a physical therapist.
Nice. So you're going to Castleton University. It's great to have a place like Castleton to go to right
It
here
is.
in our own neighborhood, isn't it? Well, thank you very much.
She's actually been cheering since she was in 3rd grade. So I've been
Wow.
able to watch her come up. It
Now-
was really nice to
Now,
have
they
her.
do have cheerleaders at Castleton, I believe, right? Maybe not the same.
Kara actually coaches them.
Okay, yeah.
And we've been talking to Cassidy about joining, but she's...
Okay. Well, I mean, when I say they don't necessarily go to
No,
competitions, but they're
right.
at the football games
Yep.
and so forth.
There's the
All right.
game aspect of it.
All right. Well, again, don't forget to sign our banner here. We're talking to the Mill River State Champs in cheerleading, Division II, and each one of them are introducing themselves to us. Hi.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn Brisson, and I'm a junior. This is only my 2nd year on varsity.
Yeah. And what were you before that? JVs? Or-
Yeah,
Okay.
my freshman
Now,
year.
I know, Tabitha, we were talking before about some of you were at the peak performance place, right?
Right.
What, 2 or 3 on this team?
3 of my
Yeah.
9
Okay.
are at peak. I always am trying to encourage more of them because it's kind of like AAU for cheerleading, and the things that they get to do and the different levels of competition that they're exposed to is just phenomenal. So I do have 2 of my 3 here today that are peak
Okay.
cheerleaders.
All
But
right.
Jocelyn, you probably saw her with Bistro, our music singing groups were
Oh,
here.
yeah, okay,
She's a singer.
yes.
She may not have come, but she's she's
yeah,
one of those.
you mean right around Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Yeah, I think there were 2 or 3 teams, right? That
Yes.
went around, and we had one of the teams that day. So, do you remember being with us?
She might not have done that one,
signing
yeah.
the banner. I know they signed the banner when they weren't.
You were here for that one?
Oh,
No.
okay, you probably
But
were one of the
she
other.
does the bistro and all of that
well,
stuff,
nice
so
to see you.
she's busy.
Congratulations. Who's next?
Molly. This is one of my peak girls.
Hi, I'm Molly Ward. I'm a 9th grader at Mill River, and this is my first year cheering on varsity.
Oh, that's, we have brought this up too before. If you want to be a top-notch cheerleader, which obviously they all are, do you have to? Do you have anybody that comes along and they're 15 or they're just starting, or do you have to start really young?
You should, but I think anybody's coachable. But the caliber and the level that they're at, it's really difficult to start as a freshman. Ashley was probably my last that started as a freshman cheering. Well, no, Jacob, which you'll get to meet him in a minute. But yeah, you really do have to start young. And Molly's been cheering since she could walk, essentially.
Well,
so
thank you very much, and congratulations. Don't forget to grab that magic marker.
Who's next? Oh, it's our
There's,
boy.
I was going to ask you about. I knew you had a boy on the
Me
team.
too.
But he wasn't at the entrance. I don't think. I was going to say, well, where's the boy? I know there was a boy.
Oh, he was there. He just stands quietly in the back.
You were. First of all, congratulations being on a team with all these girls. First of all, you lucky guy. we might. What? Well, I'm sorry, Judy. I guess. But well. Good. Introduce yourself, Jacob. We've already embarrassed you, I guess.
Now he doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
tell him your name, honey.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jacob.
You have to talk into the mic.
Right here.
Jacob.
And your last name?
Langlois, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you related to Paige, who plays hockey at Rutland High? Okay.
Jacob is also a football player.
Yeah, okay.
And this was his
Yeah.
first year. I didn't know. I
Yeah.
mean, people kept telling me, oh,
Yeah.
he's going to come out. He's going to come out. And I've seen him do back tucks on the football field, full uniform. I'm like, man, I'd love to have him on my team. And this year they're like, he's coming. He's coming. So it's been
Awesome.
What has it been like for you to learn cheer this year?
Yeah.
You have a lot of
you-
shy
you know,
cheerleaders.
Well, we might add, with the only guy
Yeah.
he's very shy.
He is very
He's
shy.
very shy. Jacob, congratulations, though. That's terrific.
What year are you?
Yeah, what year are you again, Jacob?
For cheer.
No, well, class.
In high school, honey.
High school.
Grade.
Pardon me?
9th grade.
Ninth. Oh, just a freshman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm excited.
You
Kara and
better-
I are trying to get him to go to Peak, too.
How big is it having a boy? Seriously, with as far as this, because
Right.
I think at the New England's they have the co-ed and everything.
Yes.
Everything's the same in high school, right?
Yeah, in
or not?
Vermont,
Yeah.
we do it just by school size, team size. But at New England's, it's broken out into co-ed. And I remember sitting with Jacob, and he's watching some of these teams like throw up insane stunts. Both the girls were doing it, but the boys too. He was just like, "Holy cow!" So yeah, it's a big deal.
Very challenging.
Because I remember years ago noticing Essex that dominated for years.
Yes.
Used to say with Kara, and I said it again this year, the evil empire, Essex. They were dominating, of course.
Yeah.
Rutland is and Mill River, of course, have dominated over the recent years. But one of the keys was they had a boy or two, and I
Right.
always wondered how much that really meant with the judges and everything.
With Jake just coming into cheer this year, I tried not to put too much pressure on him to learn everything about cheer and dance and motion technique and jumps and tumbling. But we did have him. He was pretty integral in some of our stunting. So yeah, especially in helping Ashley to get way up in the rafters.
Wow, wow, that's a.
So you toss her up there. Do you have to catch her too?
He hopes to.
Yeah, I get a little cranky when they don't.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I bet
Steve.
you she
Don't
does
forget
too.
to sign our banner. Okay, who else do we have here? The Mill River State Champion Cheerleaders Division II this year. I know this is Rachel because.
It says it on her jacket.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, go ahead, say your whole name for us.
My name is Rachel Clark, and I'm a freshman. I'm a back spot, and I've been on varsity for 2 years.
Okay. Yeah, I asked the senior what she was going to do. I haven't asked the underclassmen, but we'll have other chances in future years.
Did you just say you're a freshman and you've been on for 2 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
So last year, again, in order
Yeah,
to be able to
yeah.
field a team, I
Right.
had to.
Oh, that's
reach
right.
into-
You said that.
Yeah. And Rachel is a peak cheerleader. She's been doing
Yeah.
it again, like with Molly, since she could walk.
A few have mentioned their position. What are the different positions?
So the back spot to me is kind of the most important position because it's responsible for protecting everyone in the stunt and calling the stunt and keeping everybody safe. But they're the one in the back that doesn't matter where the flyer goes, they're going to be under her. The bases are the ones that are the brute force behind it. They do it again and again and again. And then the flyer is the one that puts all of her faith in everyone and goes up in the air.
Wow. How many more do we have here?
I think we're down to one more.
Oh, one more.
Yeah, my eighth grader. Come on in.
Hi.
Hi. My name is Crystal. I've been on varsity for a year, and I'm a base.
Okay. What's your last name, Crystal?
Param.
Okay. Well,
Very nice.
congratulations. So it's such a young team, one
Yeah.
senior, and now we got to introduce the assistant coach too. Well, thank you.
Absolutely. She's been my rock for 4 years. Actually, I've known her
This is
since
Rhonda.
Cassidy. This is Cassidy's mom, actually.
Oh, okay.
She's been helping me for long before Cassidy got on varsity. But this is Rhonda. Rhonda, why don't you
come on? It says
say
Coach
hi?
Rhonda. She has a jacket, Coach Rhonda.
Yes, I'm Rhonda Hart. I've been with Tab for 4 years on the varsity team, and ever since she was on varsity.
Your daughter. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yep.
Well, I got to tell you, congratulations. Winning a state championship is special. You've done it a couple of times, 2 out of the last 3 years, 13 times going back. And Tabitha, you were a cheerleader, and
Yeah.
I got to tell you, as I say, I've seen the routine before. I mean, it's pretty impressive, for sure. And you work hard at it, and it is a sport. Don't you
agree.
let anybody tell you it's not a sport. If you don't think it's a sport, try that sometime.
Yeah, definitely.
You're welcome to come to a practice.
And I might add, not only out there at halftime, but practicing out in the hallway there before the game and everything. Congratulations. Did everybody sign our banner here? I hope.
Did everybody sign it?
Don't forget to sign it as well, Tabitha.
Oh, yeah.
And Coach Hart, well, thank you very much.
Thanks so much for having us.
Mill River's a special place. It's a wonderful school, and there are so many nice people there, and
Thank
of course
you.
the students and the teachers as well. Congratulations.
Thanks so much.
We're very proud, and we'll catch you next year.
Hopefully, yeah.
All right. Thank
Thank you.
Thank you very much for
Mill
stopping
River,
in.
state champs.